are you? This is Loise. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well and safe wherever you are. Today I want to talk about job application sites. So if this is you're interested in getting a job in Canada, you're looking for a job, or you know someone who's looking for a job, this is the video for you, because I'm going to address 5 main sites where you can find Canadian jobs, and then I will tell you the truth about those sites and the success chances in those sites. Okay, guys? Before I proceed, have you subscribed? If you haven't, please do subscribe, like, and share this video. I have to give this disclaimer. The information here is purely for your educational information purposes only. Please do not take this as legal advice. And I have to say this because I have been getting people who say, you said this in your video that I should not do this. Please, the information that I give on these videos, they are not directed at you specifically, because you know your individual case is different. So always make sure you understand the context of a video before you claim that I said you cannot do something. And especially that video that I did on courses people should avoid, you know, that was a guide. That was my opinion. Okay, I did not say that you should not take a certain course. All right, guys, always make sure you get legal advice, not necessarily from me. Get it from someone else if you're not comfortable coming to me. I do charge for professional advice. But make sure you get legal advice that identifies and, you know, identifies with your situation, my friend. Right, guys. Okay, I'm not here to talk about that. From time to time, I have made videos about getting jobs in Canada. And despite those many videos that I have made, I continue to get so many requests about this whole issue. I know I'm not a super fan of people just trying to apply for jobs in Canada, with reason. And we're going to talk about that today. It's not, I tell people, instead of, you know, spending a lot of your time looking for a job, you're better off spending that time figuring out the best way to immigrate and how you can improve your situation, not necessarily today, but even in future, for you to be able to immigrate. And once you immigrate, you can get a job. But still, there are people who need jobs. And these are 2 categories of people who are looking for jobs. People who are in the express entry and they want the extra points to get enough CRS score to get an ITA. The other people who are just looking for a greener pasture, so they're looking for opportunities abroad. So these are the people that I want to address today. Okay? All right. Which are the main sites? I said Canada has so many of these sites, but I only address 5. Only 5. The main one, and you're all aware, I hope you're all aware, is the government website called the Job Bank. And I'm going to put the links to these sites that I'm talking about here. I'll put them at the description part of this video, together with my email address, because after every video I do, I still get people asking me, Loise, what's your email address? Imagine my email address, it's there at the description part of the video. Yes, so I'm going to put the links there. So Job Bank. This is a main website for the Canadian government, whereby all jobs are advertised. Each and every job is going to be advertised at the Job Bank. Okay? The Job Bank, it's a very good resource, a very useful resource. And it's useful because you can always go there to get an idea of your kind of an occupation. How much does your occupation pay in whichever province? You can always get that information, because when employers post these jobs at the Job Bank, they do place the job and the amount of money that they are paying for that job. It also lists the education required and the job description. So it's always a nice place. I always recommend visit the Job Bank. It's for your interest to visit the Job Bank. The other one, indeed. Okay, let me first go back to the Job Bank. The Job Bank applies to everybody. And the Job Bank mostly is the one that is used by immigration. So they tell you that you can always go there and get a job if you're looking to immigrate, or if you're that category of people that I said you want extra points for your express entry, you must always have an account at the Job Bank. All right? So, Job Bank targets everybody. And then we have Indeed. Indeed mostly targets people who are in Canada. This is used by employers who want quick talent, available talent. Okay? Indeed is a wonderful place to get a job, and almost all jobs, legit jobs, are in Indeed. I got my job through Indeed when I immigrated here. And then number 3, we have Workopolis. Workopolis is more just like Indeed, just less popular. Okay, it's not the first place that I'll be looking for a job. I'll first go to Indeed. Only if I'm not getting luck, only then would I go to Workopolis, but it's also a good place. Also targets majority of people who are in Canada. And then we have LinkedIn. We've seen LinkedIn evolve over time, and now a lot of companies are hiring through LinkedIn. So there's a lot of recruitment happening there. Companies are posting, they all have accounts. They're human resources people. You can always reach out to the human resources people of these companies and see the jobs that they are posting there. You can even interact with them. So LinkedIn is a good resource, especially for skilled workers. And then I am going to talk about an unconventional method or platform called Kijiji. And Kijiji is the Canadian marketplace. You know that we have Facebook marketplace. This is the Canadian marketplace. So be careful on Kijiji. Of course, there's a lot of scammers there, but it's still better than Craigslist. I'm not talking about Craigslist today, but Kijiji is a good place, not Facebook. Kijiji is a good place for you to get casual jobs, Kijiji is also an excellent place to get caregiving jobs. That's just a secret I'm stealing for you. Caregiving jobs, look at Kijiji. Okay? All right. Kijiji, I say it's a marketplace, so just be careful, because that's where people, that's where we sell our used cars, our used furniture. Everything goes on Kijiji. So just make sure that you filter and target whatever it is that you're looking for. And also the city, make sure you're also targeting, because there's going to be Kijiji Calgary, Kijiji Edmonton, Kijiji Toronto. So just be careful on which province or city that you're targeting. Okay? All right. Have I given you I'm only going to address those 5. Okay? Now, let us go to the truth, the reason why I actually made this video. Not just to give you these sites, because I know a lot of you know where these sites are. But who is succeeding through these sites? Who should be using these sites? Majority of these sites, they only benefit people who are in Canada. Why? Because majority of the employers are only interested in people who are in Canada. Yes. Majority of the employers want people who are already here. So, if you're not in Canada, what are your chances that you will succeed? These employers, they want quick talent that is available in 2 weeks, that is available at most in a month's time. So if you are abroad, you don't have your immigration papers ready, what are your chances of success? Why would an employer want to hire you and then you go through the whole express entry process? Why bother? Why bother? Why are they doing that? That's like a public service. Why are they doing that? What is their gain? What is their benefit? Always ask yourself. And I usually tell people, sometimes people think that, I'm too honest. Or I say things, I'm a little brutally honest. But I say things, immigration is more common sense. Always ask yourself, why should an employer go out of their way to get me when I'm somewhere in Nairobi while there's so many of these people in Canada? Is it that you have like a rare talent? Because if you have a rare talent, good, granted, they're going to be hunting for you. Are you being hunted by headhunters? Because if you're not at that level, you may not be succeeding. Is the company interested in a market niche that you're an expert in? Yes, they're going to be looking for you. If you're not falling in those categories that I just mentioned here, there's very little chance that a company is going to hire you when you're not in Canada. The other thing that I've seen, and I've talked about this, is that Canadian companies want people with Canadian experience. So at what point did you gain Canadian experience if you're abroad? Okay? So please, is it worth spending time in these job sites? I I know people who have posted, who've applied hundreds and hundreds of jobs. Count the hours that you've used to post, to apply for these jobs. Count for those hours and monetize those hours. You're better off. I wish you were doing something else, something useful with your time to improve your chances of immigration. I wish you were pursuing immigration options. I wish you were seeking information on how best for you to immigrate or your child, or even study in Canada, than spend time looking for these jobs, because I am yet to find people who have really succeeded. Seriously, I've been in this country 9 years now. I'm turning 10 actually very soon. But I haven't met people who are going to tell me, you know what, I applied for a job in the job bank and I got it. There's an exception though. I'm going to say there's an exemption here. An exception. IT people. A lot of companies here do bring IT people from India, and especially an example is the ATB Bank. They've been bringing IT temporary foreign workers from India for the longest time possible that I know since I've been here. So IT people are always in demand. So, and the IT people, they're also lucky because they have that other program that is the Global Skills Talent that targets people in the IT. So because those ones are always in high demand, it's easier for them. But for all the other occupations, please be careful. Okay? There are people who should not even be bothering looking for jobs. If you're in a highly regulated occupation and you're busy looking for a job in Canada, imagine you're wasting your time. Yes, I said it. You're busy wasting your time. For example, you are a nurse, okay? You are a nurse who is abroad and you're looking for a job at Indeed, at the job bank, I don't know where, and you're thinking that you need a license to work in this country. So why would an employer here hire someone who is in Uganda or who is in Tanzania or who is in Saudi Arabia and bring you here as a nurse while you're gonna need a license? See? So you're better off looking for ways, and there are companies actually, and I'm just going to mention a little bit. There are institutions here in Canada that bring nurses. Okay, they bring nurses, they bring them for some kind of training. So you come, you get trained, and then you immigrate. Because while you're undergoing training, you're getting your license. That is the catch. While you undergo that training, you're getting your license because you're already a licensed nurse, wherever you are. That's how they do it. If you're interested, please book that consultation with me. I'm going to walk you through the process. Okay? Yes. But if you're in that regulated occupation, please beware, spend your time wisely. And then I will tell you this other thing, and I'm addressing express entry applicants here. If you're in the express entry and you have anything less than 400 and you're busy looking for a job, ask yourself, how many points is that job going to give you? If you're lucky to get it, if you're just so successful, you're lucky to get it, how many points will that give you? So an example, you have 370 points. You get a job. It's only going to give you 50 points, maybe. Okay? 50 points. If it gives you those 50 points, look at that. How many more points are you getting? You're still not meeting the threshold, the CRS threshold to get an automatic ITA. Okay? So you need to know the goal. As an express entry applicant, you need to know the goal of getting a job. I'm not saying don't look for a job, but know once you get that job, what are you going to do? Are you going to put those points in the express entry and hope for a miracle? Or are you going to apply for a work permit? Okay? Or are you going to work with your employer to use that as a PR sponsorship job offer? If you need clarity on that, talk to me. I can walk you that process. Book a consultation. So you need to be very careful if you're in the express entry. What is the end goal of getting that job? Okay? All right. Okay. I said IT people, I'm leaving you out of this discussion. Okay. The other thing, the final truth that I want to give you, I'm ending this video, but I want to give you the final truth. You see all those jobs at the job bank, all of them. Of course, they're going to need a work permit. You need to be licensed here. If you don't have a work permit, you're not getting the job. Okay. But that's not what I want to tell you. This is a trade secret. This is a professional thing that I'm telling you. As professionals, no. Every time we are working with a company that wants to bring foreign workers here in this country, every time we have to apply. Okay, not every time, 90% of the time we have to apply for a labor market impact assessment, LMIA. It is a requirement for every employer who is seeking an LMIA. They must do recruitment. When I say they must do recruitment, it means they must post that job. Job bank is the main requirement. Every job must be posted. So every employer must post that job at the job bank. They must also post it in other platforms that target minorities, that target newcomers, that target indigenous people, and target the occupation. Okay? That is the requirement. I'm telling you now, this is ESDC requirement. Okay? They need every company to do that. So this is now where it gets interesting. Majority of the people who are bringing foreign workers outside of IT and agricultural workers, because agricultural workers, those ones who come from South America, everybody else, if you see someone who got a job here, it was through a connection. So companies do this. They already identify someone abroad. Maybe it's a friend or a colleague or someone they know. They've been headhunting. It's a talent they are really after. They always first identify the job and then they do the reverse recruitment. Yeah, they do reverse recruitment. And guess what? It's so sorry to say this, but they first identify someone and then they plaster jobs. You know, we are hiring, we are hiring, we are hiring. You're out there busy applying. They already know who they are bringing. Guess what? They're going to take it a notch higher because ESDC requires them to give reports on all the people they interviewed them and why these people didn't qualify. So they're going to interview you and then they're going to find a reason to disqualify you to make sure that you didn't come out as a perfect fit for their organization. Yes, because they have someone. It's where they just post those jobs as a formality. I used to see that a lot in my country, whereby companies would be posting for jobs while they've already hired people. It's the same thing that happens here. Sorry to disappoint. Okay, anyway, that's all I'm gonna tell you. Be careful, spend your time wisely. Instead of looking for these jobs, I'm not saying don't look. If you like looking for jobs, look. If you're looking for opportunities, look. And you're comfortable and you vow that you're not immigrating until you get that job, please go ahead and look. Hopefully one day you're going to be successful. If you're looking to immigrate, you're wasting a lot of your precious time in these job sites trying to get these jobs. I said it, my opinion. Okay? All right, guys. I will see you at my next video. Still on jobs. I'm talking about something important. Stay tuned.